Good morning, all students. So, this is the continuation of the previous class, and in the previous few classes, we were discussing our topic, that is the control structure. As we have seen in the control structure, there is a conditional or selection statements, and these conditional selection statements are used to execute some bunch of statements depend on some conditions. And we have seen that there are three types of conditional or selection statements exist in the programming language Python. First one is the if statement, second is the if else statement, and third is the multiple if else form is that if elif statement, in which we implement the multiple conditions. In the first two statements, just for the revision, I am explaining that the if statement is used only when we need to skip sub statements based on the some condition. That means if the particular condition is true, then only the block of statements gets executed, otherwise they will be skipped by compiler. And in the second type of conditional statement, that is the if else statements, it works like when the given condition fails, the blocks or statement given in the else statement will run, or if the condition gets true, then the statement given in the if block runs. That means there are two branches, one for true and one for false. And third one, today's our topic is the third type of statements, which is the form of if else statement, multiple if else statements. So in this statement, actually it is used to construct multiple branches of execution of program. That means if you are having some multiple conditions, or based on these conditions you need to take the decision, then if else if or if elif statements is very useful. For formal discussion, just we have just look on these 3 points where the if elif statement can be used. The first point is that to construct multiple conditions. If you are having multiple conditions, and on basis of these multiple conditions, some bunch of different blocks need to be run on this condition, if elif जो है statements can be used. And the second type of the second requirement is that to implement multiple decision based on the conditions. And suppose on basis of these conditions you need to take some decision, or you need to take some run some codes, so there is a if else if elif statement can be used. And third one is the to provide multiple choices. And in many time we come across the situation, and we'll have to take one choice over a multiple choice. So in that situation, to construct that problem in the programming language, we can use the if elif statement. Actually, if you notice carefully, if elif is the ladder form, that is the if, and for the else, the initial two letter el is from else, and again if for the any conditions. So we'll discuss formal structure of if elif statement in next slide. So okay, this is the formal structure of if elif statements. Okay, so if you see carefully, there is a condition 1 given. That means if certain conditions, condition 1 is true, then this block, this statement gets run. If condition 1 gets failed, then condition 2 will be checked for true or false. If condition 2 is true, then these statements gets run. If the condition 2 is also false, then the condition 3 will be checked, and this statement given in the depends on condition 3 will run. If again the condition 3 gets false, then the condition 4 will be checked, and the statement given in the after the condition 4 statement run. If the condition 4 is also fails or also gives the false result, then the statement given in the else block. Over here I have given only the 4 conditions, and the fifth is the default one. That means if all 4 condition gets failed, the statement given in the else block can be executed. We can construct more multiple condition using the elif statement just consecutive with the previous one. So over here there is no limit to construct multiple conditions. You can implement n number of conditions using if else statement. I have over here only implemented the 5 choices. 4 are based on some condition, and the fifth one, if the all 4 conditions get false, then only the fifth one which is given in the statement else statement will run. So this is so there is a few I have just written some few examples to explain if elif statement in more. Okay, so this is the simplest example that we have just written to understand the if elif example. Suppose there is a variable n, and you have given any randomly value to the n, and on the basis of the value of n there is some certain operation. Suppose you want to add two variable, they are a and b, and just want to store these result in the variable c. So the value of n can be 1. That means if you have given the value of n, then the a and b variable will be added and result will be added stored inside the variable c. And suppose you don't want to addition, you want to just subtraction, so you may give the your choice value to the variable n, which is the 2. So on the basis of this n equal to 2, this condition this statement will be run, and the subtraction a minus b will be stored inside the variable c. And suppose you have given the value of n 3, then the multiplication will be performed for both variable, and if you have given your choice is 4, then the division will be performed. That means a will be divided by b. And suppose you have given any random value other than these 4 values. Suppose you have given 5 or any value, any randomly number, okay, say m, any random number. So that means that else block will be run, and over here we have written that the wrong choice. That means only 4 valid choice are there, that is the value of n can be 1, 2, 3 or 4. But other than these value, if you give any value, then the your program will print the wrong choice. Getting? Just let me explain the working methodology of this if else statement. So it works like as first it will check the value for the value of n for 1 if it is 1. If the given value of n is 1, then this statement c equal to a plus b will run, and program, the control of program will exit this block. Okay, that means it will not check the condition 2, condition 3, condition 4, even the else statement. Getting my point? That means if any condition gets true, then all the conditions given after that condition will not get checked, even it will not check for their true and false. You can understand this by another example. Suppose I have given the value of n is 2, then first n equal to 1 will be checked, and because we have given the value of n is 2, so therefore this condition get failed, then the n equal to 2 will be checked, and already we have given the value of n is 2, therefore this statement will run. because we have given the true conditions over here. So C A minus B will be run, and all other statement will not even check. Getting my point? Compiler will not check any conditions if the given condition gets true. All the conditions after that condition will not check even once. They are checked only if the previous conditions continuously getting failed. That means condition 1 gets failed, condition 2 gets failed, condition 3 gets failed, then only condition n equal to 4 will be checked. And if any conditions gets true, then your execution of the program just exit that particular if else block, and whatever written after the if else block will run. Getting my point? It does not exit whole the program, it exit only the if else block, and whatever the statement given after the if else block will run. So you can understand this by this one realistic example. And suppose you are having one variable which that is the m, and in the variable m you have given your marks or your percentage, this much of percentage, this much of marks you have secured in any one subject. Okay, and suppose this is the table. In that table there are two columns. One is the one in the first column there is the range, and the second column there are some grades. That means if you are having your marks between 91 to 100, that means you have secured grade A. And if you are secured marks between the 75 and 90, you will get grade B. And as all grade just you are seeing in the table will works it like as. And if the marks is between the 0 to 32, you will get F grade. So to implement this program, we can also use the if elif statement. Just look carefully. In the previous example, as you see that there are fixed value for n, but in this program for our for our variable m, there is a certain range of numbers. And but in the previous example we have seen the n having the fixed value. Over here m may have value from any range. So to construct this example, the code is written like this one. So this is the only I have written the if elif part. To getting the value of m, you may use the input function. That I have not used that in input function, just I have given only the logic to understand that program. So just see carefully over here. I have just received your marks value in the variable m. Okay, now check the first conditions that I have constructed in. If the value of m greater than equal to 91 and m is less than equal to 100, that means if the value of m between the 91 to 100, then A grade will be printed. And if your marks is between the 91 and 100, you will get A output, and all other condition will not checked. But if you got the marks between 90 to 75 as per our previous table, then you will get grade B, and all other condition will not checked, and program exit this if else block and continue to the next line, which is following this block. Okay, and suppose you got the marks between the 61 to 74, then this condition will be checked and you will get grade C. And suppose you have given marks of M 45 to 60, you will get grade D, and so on. And suppose you have given marks between 0 to 32, you will get grade F. And suppose for the variable m you have entered any wrong entry. That means you have given any value other than 0 to 100. That means it is possible you may give abruptly any value like 120 or 888 or any randomly value, which is the obviously that is the wrong value. So we need to be more careful, and we have to handle all the possible inputs that may be received by the user. So our program should be like that. It must be capable to handle all type of values. So to handle these wrong value, I have just constructed that condition, which is the else, and this condition will only run when the marks entered in the variable m is not 0 to 100. Suppose you have given 120, so all these conditions will get false and the else statement will run its block, and over here we have given the wrong entry. I hope you got it. So we can also run that program on compiler, so you can understand it better. So just give me a minute to run that program. So this is the my compile